Dr. Dubois was known to be the father of modern Pan-Africanism. And that is why we have the Pan-African flag in this room, designed by Marcus Garvey in the 1920s. Majority of the African countries have this color in the flag. Just a few of them don't have the colors at all, but the meaning cuts across the majority of them. The red signifies the blood that was shed for our liberation, the black signifies the people, and the green stands for the wealth and vegetation of Africans.
Ashe.
Over here we have some samples. Soil sample from his hometown, Great Barrington, in Massachusetts, where he was born. And we have soil sample from the graveside of his first family. We also have water. In Africa, we believe that when someone is about to die and gets thirsty and demand for water, water be given to that person, because in the land of the dead, there is no water. We believe there's a transition from the land of the living to the land of the dead. And it's a very long journey. And that water will do the person halfway through the journey. So he also believed in that saying, and said in case if he gets thirsty while about to die, this water be given to him. Unfortunately, he died in his sleep in this house the eve on the march on Washington, so he couldn't drink his water. It was at the march that his death was being declared to the public. But he didn't just die. He left his last message to the world over here. And please, I'd like one person to read for all of us. Normally I would read, but I wouldn't read today. I want somebody to volunteer to read this last message for us. Always I've been uplifted.
Always I've been uplifted by the thought that what I have done and what I've done well will live long and justify my life. That what I have done ill or never finished can now be handed on to others for endless days to be finished while I rest. One thing alone I charge you: live and believe in life. Always human beings will live and progress to greater, broader, and fuller life. The only possible death is to lose belief in the truth simply because this greater end comes shortly. Just because time is long. W.E.B. Dubois. My last message.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Please, do we understand this message? Is there anybody that can break it down a little bit for us? By your own understanding.
Please have peace with what he done on the earth.
So your physical existence is not really as important as the things that you've done that impact the legacy that you leave. And if you really, pass it on, transitioning is, not necessarily a bad thing as long as you've done good work and you've left a legacy for yourself.
Anyone else?
And you can't quantify your work by your time, because your time is far longer and vaster than your moment. It's important to do what you do in your moment and not get disappointed or distressed by time, because time will outlast you.
But do you believe that time is long, personally?
I believe there is no time, so that's a whole nother conversation.
Okay. Anyone else? So he said that what he had done well will live long and justify his life. That he has left a life that should actually have reasons, or the life that he lived actually plays a role in justifying his life. Whether he lived a good life, whether he lived a bad life, but he believed that he has done well. And because he has done well, he believes that his goodwill while he was alive would justify his life positively. So now the question is, are we doing well living or not?
Say that. Feather heavier than the heart.
That what he hasn't finished, what he has done ill because he's not perfect or never finished, would be handed on to others for endless endless days to be finished
Mm.
while he rested. So now it's just like a race. He has passed on the baton to the next generation, believing that they will do better than he did. So now, with a race, when you pass the baton, you need to run down to the finish line. But the question is, are we running down to that finish line, or are we running backwards?
To redo what was done ill. Because if you passed on what wasn't well, the next person takes it forward instead of saying it stops. It's with me. So now I have to go back, fetch it to redo it
Taking us
again.
backwards. So we need to be able to finish what he started. Not just him.
Or at least carry the baton further.
Exactly. So we could pass it on. He passed it on to generations that came after him. It's our responsibility to take that same baton and keep passing while generations keep passing on till we get to that finish line. Because in the long run, we are running for a common goal and a common purpose. He also said that we will leave this life. We should just believe in it. That the world will become greater. It will become broader. It will become fuller because we get to achieve all our dreams, all our aspirations within time. And he believed that time was long. And I do believe that time is long because he was working according to his purpose and never had the time to check the time because every single day he was occupied by achieving that purpose. And his identification of purpose, his working according to his purpose, never benefited him alone, but benefited so many generations that came after him. And that is the legacy that he left to make lives comfortable for us.
Sure.
So he has leveled that foundation, not just Dr. Dubois, all of the civil rights activists, they have leveled that foundation that generations that came after them have built upon. But we all know that a house without maintenance is coming back to the ground. And that the injustice that was done to humanity 400 years ago might repeat itself if we allow that building come back down to the ground. So he believed that we would do better. And we cannot just say that we are going to do better and just fold our hands and not act and not educate generation that are coming after we. We cannot say we want better when we don't work together for better. We cannot say we want better when we don't love each other.
Shame.
We don't do what we need to do for us, but do lessons.
We cannot say we love each other when we do not reciprocate back love. Because we meet people for purposes, for seasons, for reasons. We owe it to the world. They owe it to the world and they played a role in the world. What is our role? What legacy are we leaving behind? Good name to say is better than riches. So when we die today, when we are no longer alive, when people look around and they don't see us no more, what are they being reminded of when they think about us? What are we doing to benefit humanity? Malcolm X said that he stands for whatever and whoever that benefits humanity as a whole, because first and foremost, he is a human being. So we owe it to humanity. And to whom much is given, much is expected of.
That was great.